I'm Rebecca, and I have been teaching children and adults to play the piano for a very long time. But I want to share with you some things that you can take on board, either your first lesson with me online, or you might be having piano lessons elsewhere, or you might decide that you just want to watch some of these videos and see how you get on. That's absolutely great. But today we're looking at the basics of the piano. So you can see in my other video next to me that we've got white and black keys. Okay, now it could be that you have a keyboard which is slightly different to a piano, or you might have a full electric piano. Doesn't matter what you've got, as long as you've got your white keys and your black keys. Okay, so when we look at the piano straight away, you can see we've always got repetitive patterns. So we've got 2 black notes repeated by 3 black notes, 2 black notes and 3 black notes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hop around the piano. Okay, so you can use any fingers you like, any hand you like, one hand or both hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to play all of these black notes. Okay, so we're starting with 2 black notes here, and then 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes. And I'm going to stop there because my camera finishes in there. Now you would have seen that I was using one hand and the other hand, one hand and the other hand, and crossing over. So maybe we could just hold our hands like this and keep this one, mirror me, and keep this one free, which is your right hand. And you're going to tap, tap, crossover. Do that. Tap, tap, crossover. That's it. Now watch. Tap, tap, crossover, and bring that one there. And again, tap, tap, crossover, and bring that one there. And then when you put that to the keys, you've got tap, tap, crossover, tap, tap, crossover, tap, tap, crossover. And you can do that to the full extent of your keyboard. Okay, if you find that really hard and you might only be 6 or 7 or 8 years old, then you can just concentrate on using one hand and just playing the black notes. Okay, try to avoid playing them all together like that. We want to really concentrate on using 2 fingers for 2 black notes and 3 fingers for 3 black notes. That's what we want to try and get. So have a little practice at that. Now when you look at the white keys, you can see that we don't have that option. They're not divided into little groups of 2 and 3. There's just a long line of them. But the good thing is we have a musical magical alphabet, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Say that with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And that repeats. So those 7 notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, repeats, repeats, repeats. And what we tend to do first of all is we try and find on the piano those notes. All right. Now then, we have an option. We can find the favorite note, which is middle C, because it's in the middle of the piano. And if you're sitting down in front of your keyboard, might be roughly where your belly button is. All right. So always kind of in the middle. Depending on how many notes you have, you can count them if you want to. Depending how big your keyboard is, it's roughly in the middle, which is why the favorite name for it is called middle C. Okay, so let's get familiar with the piano. All right, we are going to be learning to play these notes and these notes. Okay, seems a lot of instruments, a lot of notes to play on your instrument, but we're going to accomplish that bit by bit. All right, so let's just see if we can do the last little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to find our middle C. So I want you to find 2 black notes roughly in the middle where you're sitting, or in the middle of your keyboard. 2 black notes, okay? And they say C's to the left of the 2 black notes. C's to the left of the 2 black notes, okay? So if you struggle with your right and left, go and get your grown up, okay? And go and ask them to help you. And maybe put a sticker on there. Try and use a sticker and not colouring in with your pencil crayons, okay? Because then it's easy to come off. Tip number 1, okay? And then maybe you can just press it with any finger, anything you like right now, and just say middle C, middle C. So you can see on my camera, I'm just using these fingers right now because I'm only focusing on middle C. Now you've found your middle C, okay, I want you to put your thumbs. So hold your hand in front of me like this so your thumbs connect. Bring your hands in a little bit like that. So no, not that, not a butterfly, not any of that. Okay, hands together, thumbs touching. Yeah, thumbnails touching. Now see if you can keep that there and bring your hands down so your thumbs are touching on that middle C. See if you can play those together. Now if you're young, your thumbs will be thin enough, okay? But if you're older, you might find that your thumbs are fighting for that space. Just come to the edge and just play it together. Now you can play right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Just get used to playing that middle C. Okay, that's what you want to do. Just want to get really used to playing that middle C. Okay, so then the last little bit before the video ends is we want to look at our technique. So we don't want to be patting a ball when we play. We don't want to have fingers outstretched. We want to have a little curve. So turn your hands over like that. Okay, almost like you're holding an apple or 2 tennis balls. Okay, baby fingers touching. Roll your fingertips like that. Okay, see it like that. Okay, then come down, look at the other camera, and then have your thumbs there, and then just roll them out. There. Okay, another thing is we look for this C and the back to front C. See if you can make that picture. So it's kind of like a circle, and we take it away. I prefer this one, it's better. Okay, but then when we go this way, they're like arches. Now that's really, really important. First lesson. Forget playing a tune right now. We want to make sure we don't have any wrist pops. So we don't want to play the piano like that. We don't want to play the piano like that. We want to make sure that our hands are here and nice. And that will take some time. We don't want to be playing. If you look at the other video, we don't want these bits to be touching the wood. We don't want this, and we don't want to have our wrists up. We want to make sure. Now that takes a bit of time. So you might just want to focus on doing that for the first bit of the video, and then join me for video 2 and we'll get playing.